All right, so the War About Frontiers game has been out for just over a week, and a lot has transpired in that 7 or 8 days. So some good, some bad, and we're going to go through some of this stuff. And I actually did speak to the War About Frontiers team directly on a call, and I expressed some of my concerns, and I'll let you guys know what I said and the response in a bit. But let's go back to launch day. So the game released last week. I played a lot of the early access. I know not many players did because the player counts were pretty low for early access. But the game was released and the player counts have shot up since then pretty significantly. Like a lot, actually. Like thousands of times, I guess. But the day the game was released, going into the release, I was a little bit worried that this game was going to be associated with the game War Robots. If you don't know, War Robots is a mobile game that's existed since 2014. It's like a mech game primarily for mobile devices. And it has gone down the pay-to-win kind of rabbit hole where it has aggressive pay-to-win mechanics or advertising or whatever you want to call it. And I was very worried that even if this game was like a 10 out of 10 perfect, just having the name War Robots, and in this game War About Frontiers, was going to give it a bad reputation. And this was a concern I had, but either way, the launch date came and the game came out and I logged into the game. And in early access, a lot of things were said about the game and how it was going to be and how it wasn't going to be pay to win and things like that. So starting up the game, in the first 2 minutes, I was kind of pissed. I'm not going to lie. So I started up as most people do, and I went through the tabs, play, hangar, workshop, and then I went to the store tab. And then I'm scrolling, and I instantly see like 20 bundles and items with this orange currency. And then when you click on it, it is like a real money currency. And some of the items are like $50 plus, some of the bundles. And this kind of instantly pissed me off, where I'm like, okay, I guess I'm just not playing this game anymore because I'm not about to waste money and time on a pay-to-win game. That was my initial response. And then I kind of vented about this in comments, Discord channel / messages, and the days went on. So I still started playing the game. Okay, I started playing, and then over the next couple days, I did start to unlock things without spending a dime. Because I was like, I'm not spending $1 right now to support a game that is doing this. So I started playing, and slowly but surely in those daily deals, I was unlocking more and more stuff. Then I had the opportunity to talk to part of the War About Frontiers team on a call. So I spoke to the lead community manager of Frontiers and the executive producer of the game. And because they know that I've been making videos in the game for, last couple of years in early access, they wanted to give me a chance to express some of my concerns on the call. So that's what I did. I had a bunch of things jotted down, and I was trying not to really hold back in the parts that I said were kind of very bad. And this was after a few days of playing, and I did notice after that few days I was unlocking more and more stuff. But see, these were some of the things that I said to them. So I said, like I'm saying to you guys, War About Frontiers has to break the mold from War Robots. It has to kind of separate itself. And I said the overwhelming negative comments in Steam reviews all mention like microtransactions and pay to win. Too many microtransactions for new players. And I said, at that point, the grind didn't seem as crazy as I thought it would, but it was turning new players off. Because when a new player, I'm technically like an old player to this game because I played early access, but new players, when you turn on the game and you go into it and you see 20 different bundles that are all like real money currencies and microtransactions, you're kind of like, oh, I'm not gonna waste money and time in this, and you just kind of leave the game and you don't come back, which is obviously a huge deterrent. So I expressed these concerns, and honestly, the phone call was, I think, about an hour, and I went into the phone call feeling like I'm gonna say like a 4 out of 10 in positivity, maybe 3 out of 10, and I came out like an 8.5 out of 10. It definitely changed my opinion, and here's a bit why. So I can't show you guys this call directly because I didn't record it, because then if I'm recording it, they have to be very careful about like what they reveal and don't reveal and things like that. Because if they reveal, like, I don't know, I'm gonna make something up, that they have a new jungle map. I'm making this up. This is wishful thinking. If they revealed that, then all of a sudden I release that, it becomes kind of a problem where people think they're doing one thing and they don't. But Either way, they started off by saying that they had already gathered a massive amount of feedback since the release that they didn't have in early access because of the lower player count, and they were already taking steps to make improvements with the store. And the overwhelming amount of feedback has been about the store, the in-game economy, the bundles, etc. Then they reassured me that the game would not be pay to win. I actually asked them if they have played the Warbots mobile version, and they haven't even played it. It's a completely different team with completely different aspirations and visions for the future of the game, and that was actually a relief for me. And then they also said they were going to take steps to dial back the grind of the game because they've gotten a lot of feedback about that. And actually, actions speak louder than words, and today they made this announcement on their official Discord. Thank you for providing your feedback. In regard to progression feeling slow, our team has reviewed your feedback and we will be making some adjustments. Progression adjustments. Increase the amount of credits, XP, and pilot XP awarded per match. And this is the important part. On average, the amount gained has increased by 50%. We will be awarding credits to all players based on your progress, and it will be sent alongside maintenance. So they've already taken a massive step to improve compensation, which I think is pretty good. I think we're all happy about that. And then they also mentioned plans to fix some of the UI issues or confusion with the in-game hanger and whatnot, and they're planning on doing that. And they have a lot of plans and futures, or plans and visions and goals for the game coming up. But they did assure me that the game was not going to go down the pay-to-win rabbit hole. And these were some of my suggestions that I said to them. Just doesn't mean they're going to do them, but I suggested it to them just because I had this idea. I said they should remove the Warp Reels currency completely. Even if they want to keep the bundles to, make revenue and fund the game, I said it would be better as a player to see a bundle that's 150,000 gold credits than a Warp Reel currency that you can only get by paying. Even if I got to sacrifice a lot of time to grind for it, you want to know that it's possible to get it. You don't want to just see it locked behind a paywall. And I feel like that's very important, especially for new players starting out. Then I said for the store, just decrease the amount of bundles. It's fine if they have a few, but decrease, whether they keep the Warp Reels currency or not, decrease the amount of bundles. It's very overwhelming when you open the store and you see like all these things that you don't have in all these bundles and these currencies that you don't have. So make it a little bit, dial it back a lot. I mentioned some of the UI fixes, how the UI and the hanger especially is very confusing to start off, and they said they're going to work on that as well. And then this might be a hot take. I actually didn't mention this to them, but maybe I'll send this suggestion to them after. I said they should make all cosmetics and skins in the game paid. As in, you can't get them unless you pay real money. And the reason for this is they got to make their revenue somehow, right? Think of it as like a giant pie or a bar graph or whatever. If they make all the cosmetics that have no effect on power paid, then they can dial back the monetization in other parts of the game, which I'm fine about. Like, honestly, I would pay, I'm sure a lot of people would pay for some of the skins, like the cool skins in the game with real money, and it wouldn't make any performance difference. And then that means they can dial back like the amount of bundles or decrease the price of other stuff. So yeah, those are my suggestions. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know how long this video is, but overall, I'm feeling a lot better about the game. I'm actually a lot more excited now that I know that they have plans to actually listen to the community, listen to the players, and they're already taking changes or taking actions to make changes. And yeah, like I said, those Steam comments or the Steam reviews, I know a lot of players, including myself, from like normal Warbots have like PTSD from the mobile game being, with so many microtransactions and pay-to-win mechanics. But I've unlocked a ton of stuff completely for free already, and I'm competing pretty damn well. And yeah, overall, I'm hyped. Just fix the store, make some UI changes, and then we're golden. And then more features are coming down the road as well. I did mention them too as well, how they should prioritize clans, and they were responsive, let's say. But there it is. Peace out. Chicken fried nugget nuts.